So our winemaking process starts with harvesting fruit, and we hand harvest everything here. So we take a pair of pruning shears and the cluster, we cut those off the vine. We're going to do what's called field sorting, which makes us excruciatingly slow out there. But what we're doing is we're taking any underripe fruit or overripe fruit or rotten fruit, anything that's not good fruit, we're going to clean out in the vineyard and put that in the bucket. The bad stuff goes on the ground, the good stuff goes in the bucket. Somebody's running around on the gator to pick up full buckets and drop off empties, bring them back here, transfer the fruit over to a half-ton harvest bin, and then repeat the process. So we start early in the morning, around first light, which typically during harvest is around 7 o'clock in the morning, and we'll pick right up till about 10 o'clock. And we stop at 10 in the morning because we want to bring that fruit in cool. It gives us a little more control over what's happening with the fruit. We take the fruit that we've harvested, we take those bins, we weigh them, see how much fruit we've got, and then we strap that on the loader on the tractor, put the fruit into the crusher destemmer, and that machine takes those clusters, and it's got a cylinder in it that spins, perforations in it about that big. The berries go through those perforations and it pulls them off the stems. The berries drop down then into the crusher, and the crusher is just close enough, a couple of rubber rollers, and we want them adjusted just close enough to break the skins on the berries. We don't want to pulverize the fruit, we don't want to break the seeds. Those seeds have some really bitter stuff that we want to minimize extraction, not try to maximize it. And for us, for our red fermentations, we do that in the half-ton harvest bin. So that fruit drops out of the crusher destemmer into another half-ton harvest bin. If it's red, it's going to ferment there. Fermentation will take 7 to 10 days to go from crush to dry, and by dry I mean no sugar left in the solution. If it's white, as soon as we finish crushing the stem, we take a bucket, put it in the press, and squeeze the juice off of it. Rack that juice to tank. We ferment the whites and the rosé in stainless steel. Those tanks have temperature control on them, so we can keep it a slower fermentation. And where the reds will ferment in ambient temperature in about 10 days, the whites take about 6 weeks because we're keeping it right at the threshold that the yeast can tolerate. Once fermentation in the reds is done, we do the same thing, take the bucket, put it in the press, squeeze the juice off of it, and then rack it to barrel. The reds will rest in the barrel for anywhere from 9 to 24 months typically. A couple of our wines stay in barrel a little longer, or a lot longer than that, but most of them in that 9 to 24 month period. Once they're ready, we bottle here. Everything we do here is done here once it comes off the vine. So we're going to bottle. We've got a 6-spout gravity-fed bottler. We pump the juice up into a reservoir, and gravity feeds the bottles. The Ghost here is the corking machine. That's a new piece of equipment for us. Prior to about a year and a half ago, we were hand corking everything with a 4-corker. So that's pretty much the process. Everything here we're doing with these, and this is our way to preserve the family farm.